Which would you rather inhale? Smoke filled with nicotine, tar, carbon monoxide, and dozens of other chemical compounds, or vaporized FDA-approved chemicals with nicotine and who knows what? Howdy D-Newsers, thanks for tuning in today. I'm Trace. The embattled tobacco companies, formerly known as Big Tobacco, have all but caved to the pressures of the anti-smoking movement, and yet hundreds of thousands still die every year from smoking-related diseases and cancers. Now we've got a new young heavyweight on the nicotine delivery system scene, the e-cigarette. But this relatively unknown quantity might not be the savior that some are claiming. E-cigarettes were invented by a pharmacist in China in 2003. Now, a decade later, that device is everywhere. It's marketed as a brand new way to enjoy your nicotine fix, and occasionally as an alternative path to quitting smoking. It's a simple little device containing a battery, a heating element, and nicotine liquid. They're usually called e-cigarettes, or vapes, short for vaporizers. People inhale or flip a switch to activate that heating element, vaporizing a liquid and allowing the nicotine into the lungs for absorption. The ingredients of the liquid smoke inside the e-cig vary. Commonly, it's propylene glycol, an FDA-approved additive that we use in food. Also flavors like tobacco, cherry, chocolate, mint, or menthol, and of course the nicotine extract. There's a lot of controversy around these gadgets, but they're selling with little or no regulation or control. With no long-term studies completed and many still ongoing, the benefits or drawbacks of the e-cigarette are still pretty much a mystery. A recent study published in The Lancet shows e-cigarettes are just as likely to decrease smoking rates as a nicotine patch or nicotine gum. But the controversy isn't really about the benefits, it's about the lack of regulation. The FDA seized the product as it entered the US border, claiming it was a drug delivery system, but the courts overturned their objection, and vapes hit the shelves. Now, according to the CDC, 1.78 million children and teens have tried e-cigarettes as of last year, with that number doubling from the year before. There's no law saying vapes can't be sold to children. And so, according to the study, US students in grades 6 through 8 are getting their hands on these nicotine vaporizers, with a very small percentage of them saying that they use it once a month. We're well aware of the dangers of smoking thanks to decades-long fighting against it. At this point, it would seem to me, if you smoke, you know the risks, but with e-cigarettes, we aren't sure. That's just not the case. A rather controversial study was done in France by a magazine called 60 Million Consumers that tested 10 different vape models, and they assert, depending on the model, these safer cigs contain nearly as much formaldehyde as a traditional cigarette. Also, they found, quote, a significant quantity of carcinogenic molecules. End quote. That's not good. I know we're not all scientists here on the internet, but what do you think? Do you trust e-cigarettes? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more D-News every single day of the week.